Hey, hello and welcome. Let's get started for the day. Should be a good night. Have to turn that down. Make sure everything's running. Looks like we're good on everything. Cool. Maybe not so good here. Lighting. Okay, that looks good. Um, Stream data's good. Everything's pushing good. Yeah, happy with everything so far. Let me set my timer. Let's get rolling. Get cooking in the booking. Massive! That's true. You are the number one primo. Good old copy. Copy. So, yesterday, with the help of a streamer friend, we were able to make the deforming. And then off of stream, I actually made some changes to that material. I basically cleaned it up and also added some complexity to it too. So basically, I added a manual mask to it. If I created a switch, this switch allows me to still on track for the finish time. Yeah, we're on track. We got plenty of days between now and then. This switch allows me to basically say whether or not I want to use this or if I want to use this. They're basically the same thing. The only difference is I authored this one, and so I specifically want to use this one for this material that I'm doing, because what it does is it limits the distortion from a certain level and above, giving it that nice clean effect rather than having distortion underneath and all over in the corners and everything else. So now I've got the distortion happening specifically above. What I also wanted to do is I wanted to add a distance distortion, so that way as I'm further away, the distortion just flattens out. I failed on that only because I have to have a method to determine the distance of the player, and I don't have a good way of doing that. I thought I did, but anyways, either way, what I would do is I would multiply that by here, and then I would have the distance values as clamp. I have a couple of different ideas on how to do that, but I didn't do it. So we basically throw that into alpha. It lerps these two out. This is kind of what I switched up from what we were doing last night. And so that effect really helped us kind of get a nice, good, solid effect. And then on top of that switch, hey Lollipop, how's it going? On top of that switch, we actually also added in the sounds. So I created the meta sound for the fire and basically made that a fire loop. Ah, you're too kind. I don't know, I don't know about all that, but I appreciate it. Thanks. You two are nice people. But we have a fire loop. So now we get that very good feeling and everything else. So if we come back over here, and I also added attenuation for pretty decent size. I'm using a 40% dB curve, so attenuation is pretty good. I don't know if that's coming across on the stuff, but should be pretty good coming across. Let me check the stream to make sure. Okay, it was. Yeah, it's coming across okay. turn the music off just to help it kind of play a little bit. So it goes from my right headphone to my left headphone, and then in between if I'm there. And it's a pretty good distance away, giving it a really nice, good sound.
Hey, get over here.
So we have that nice, got that nice little setup. Yeah, I like the player. This is his current setup is the assassin style. So, that said, we got that done. We got all that other stuff done. What we didn't do last night is we didn't actually finish up the actual particle we aimed to finish up. So we're going to do that tonight. Excuse me. That's what we're going to do tonight. We're basically going to fix this particle here. And I have some ideas on how I want to do it. I'm not, no, it's all good. We had some good conversation last night. It was really good. So what we want to do is we want to basically control that. And I have some ideas on how I want to do it, but I'm not solid on it. So we're going to try it out, and we'll see how far we get, and we'll go from there. It is going to be a little bit of a... I might do a 4-hour stream tonight. I don't know. Or maybe it'll just be a 3-hour stream. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. I have reservations on what it is I want to do. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. And I might, if we finish that, then I'll probably look at doing some particles for combat. I want to do a hit particle. I know we have blood that comes out, but I think having a hit impact particle, more anime style, will kind of relay attacks better. I wasn't really like set on that and sold on that, but after we did the perfect parry particle, I don't know, there's something about that that just makes it, I like it. So I think we'll do a perfect parry. Assuming I can actually ever land a perfect parry. The swords are a little bit faster, but yeah, like that. Yeah, I have some ideas for that too. I want that normal to, I want the blood to kind of like spurtle rather than splat like that. And so I'm gonna have to play with that down the road. Sharky got out of his cage. So we'll see with that. That's part of the
Yeah, I am talking.
That's part of the other plugin that I'd have to mess with. So that's where we're at. On top of that, Kindred is working on the stuff for the Infinite Arena, and so we have that down the pipe too. Okay. So let's see how far we can get with this. So the intent is we want a fireball, right? And the idea is that this fireball needs to kind of it needs to be twofold. It needs to have, hey Kindred, the fireball needs to have two elements to it. It needs to have the fireballness, right? The thing that makes it a fireball. And that always needs to be static. And then it needs to have basically a trail of some type as it travels, because right now it's just static. And that's okay. Like, it looks, this one is horrible. We kind of cheesed this one in there. But the fireball is static in there, using noise, right? That was conceptually just to prove the concept. It's not what we want it to look like. So what we want to do is we want to spawn a bunch of flames to create the actual fireball. And then as it moves, those particles need to kind of like trail off. And if we don't have it trail off in the right way, it's just going to look really cheesy, because it's just going to like fly out from where it was. So we need to either A, create a ribbon and have that particle be on the ribbon. I think that might be the prettiest, but it's also not the easiest to work with. And then the other option is we just set up the spawning in a different way for how it spawns. So those are the two things that we're gonna have to deal with. I have some ideas. I'm not solid on those ideas, but I have some ideas. So that's what we're gonna try. Let us set up the first part, because I know that'll be the easier part, right? So we need to do a material for this. And then we're going to go to particles. Which one do I want to cheat off of? Maybe let's cheat off of that one. I got an idea. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their day. Where's select first? Why is that not working? Oh, I'm not on the selection tool. That would be an important factor. Okay, so now we need to create a new texture. And we're going to go through our red glue. I need an alpha channel. Can I add a channel? What's going on? I'm not pressing any buttons down, did I? What? Is it grayscale? What's RGB? Made my sword interactable with physics. Looks kind of fun hitting this stone. Oh, stone. And those physical constraints. Nice. Yeah, I think that's something I want to do for mine eventually too. I think I like the idea of being able to have the physical interaction. It's a fun concept, you know. What is going on? Like, what the heck? I don't know why it's not working. Okay, is it working now? It's working now. No, that's a swatch. There you go. There we go. Being silly Billy. Yeah, I definitely want sword physical controls. I'm excited for that kind of stuff. And we need physical interactions. I have that as well. Mester has that kind of defaulted in already into the character. Yeah, right? Yeah, Mester has that hit reactions, and basically that's set simulate physics for hit reactions, and then it does it. I don't know why it doesn't work, but it's there. So this is not being called right now, or maybe it is. I don't know. We have it working in our other game where basically when you get shot, like if you get shot in the shoulder, you do like a or whatever. That's in our zombie game, and I really loved it. Like, it really was awesome to have. Well, it's just like a physical impact. So the same thing will happen in this game when you get hit from the sword coming down from the right angle. Then your body will do like a impact to the right, like you got hit. We kind of have it right now with a stagger. We have a root motion stagger, but it's really short. It needs to be longer. There's a lot of animation stuff that I'm gonna have to add in for root motion. I'm holding off until we finalize the new character, and once the new character is finished and set up, then we will kind of play with all that. That'll be a whole stream in itself, I'm sure. Okay, let's do this. So this is F. I don't remember. Red. Okay. Yep. That's good though that you spent some time, right? What the banana? There we go. Okay, so this is my red channel. This is my blue channel. Yeah. Well, I mean, small steps lead to big steps. Green. I did get hit for what do you want to call it? I'm having a brain fart right now. Copyright. I got copyright strike. Well, not struck, but basically it just said you had copyright songs. I was like, I knew it. I have to make sure now every time. Because it was not cool. Okay, let's do inner glow. That'll be my alpha channel. And so basically this is my... it's not your fault. That was my fault. I was too dumb. I didn't pay attention. So, I don't know about Twitch. I have to look. On YouTube, it's fine because they allow streamers to use it for YouTube. I don't know about Twitch. But yes, on Twitch, if it's a copyright and it's found to not be allowed, then they basically just mute that section. My nose is itching like no other today. I do not know what's going on. Hopefully I'm not getting sick. Okay, so we have our mask. Let's save our mask. And then we're gonna go to our content folder. Where is this gonna be saved? Let's go textures and then particles. And then this is going to be flame orb. Okay. So what this is gonna do, I have a kind of an idea of what this is gonna look like. Let's do a files save as. In the particles, this is gonna be fire orb base. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna need all of this distortion and all this other crap on this. What is that? I heard some weird noises. Okay, so what we are going to need, I'm probably gonna cannibalize all this. I might keep this because this is basically my alpha. This is my alpha. That's my alpha. I might need that. I'm not positive on that just yet. I don't think I'm gonna need it. I don't think I'm gonna need that either. So this is my mask. I'm definitely gonna need this. I might need it all then. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's play with it. See what we get. So for our flame mask, we're gonna choose the orb. Okay, let's save. Okay, so we have our nice kind of orb. We have the inner color, we have the outer color. Let's test this on a an actual sphere real quick. And then go to materials, particles. Create a material instance. Call this blue 1. And let's pipe that in here. Okay, so interestingly, something is jacked up because it is black. What did I unhook? But what did I mess up? That's kind of cool. It's like a little blob. What did I mess up? I'm pulling the alpha from here. That alpha is getting piped into here. Oh, well, it's not going to the opacity. I'm putting in the world position offset like a silly person. That would be the reason why. Problem solved. Okay, so then by turning on dynamic parameters, I have the ability to modify all these out, and we can kind of watch what this looks like. Let's do. This is the. Was definitely mislabeled. Let's do some high levels of distortion. That's too much. Okay. Distortion factor is at 2, so that's how far out we want it. Okay, flame speed is how fast it's traveling. And then I don't really care about all that. So let's check out the different distortions that I have. This is like a wavy distortion. That's interesting. I didn't know that that pushed that. Not what I. That's not actually what I thought this was gonna do. All right, that is very interesting. Yeah, that's not what I thought this was gonna do at all. That is not what I thought at all. Okay, so that's gonna change things a little bit. What if it's a circle? Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I was not, did not think about that at all. Okay. That's different. What does that do to this? Ooh, interesting. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting. This is kind of cool. I could use this for a potion. I'm liking this. Okay, so distortion factor needs to be like 1. Maybe. Oh, so that happens on. That happens on the inside. Ooh, that's cool. There's some. This is what I love about VFX. There's so many cool things I can do. Okay. Can I make it two-sided? Okay. Would you rather have all waves in the round? Wait, all waves in a round the same difficulty and jump in difficulty when you break through to the next round, or have each wave gradually increase so it's smoother transition between rounds? No, it should be gradual. So the round is like difficult in itself, right? But then I'm choosing, yeah, each wave within the round should slightly increase, with the last wave being the most complex. Yeah, it does look like a lava lamp. Right? It's funny. Yeah, I don't plan on. Nice. I do like it. Let's mess with the emissive a little bit though. I think it's a little too much. Okay. Um, or just spawning, like the spawn effect. That's nice. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be good. Let's play with the actual particle now. I think I have a good base. So let's go from there. Let's go ahead and create a new particle. We'll use a fountain because that's the one that you use for everything. FXS, and this is going to be called Fire Orb 0 or Blue 01. Make sure we set this to system. Spawn rate's too crazy. Let's use 2 for now. And then let's actually use a... we are going to be using a sprite renderer at some point, but for this one specifically, we're not. We're going to use a mesh renderer. Do I have a sphere? I don't think I do. It's fine. We'll make one. Takes like 5 seconds. I don't. This doesn't need to be like crazy. An 8x8 is fine. Let's do 50 by 50. I should probably do 100. 100. Mesh display, set the face, we'll soften the edge so it's all softened out. I lied to myself. I do not want 8x8. Let's do 40x40. Yep. Display, set the face, soften, set the face, soften. Let's check the UVs real quick. Nice. My only problem is that up. Yeah, it's top. You can play with world position offset for the orb, like a fire in a space shuttle. Yeah. Okay, so this being the lowest, this being the highest, this is what I want. So this is actually good. No, I don't need to change anything. So file, export selection. We're gonna go to meshes, particles. Do I have a sphere already? I don't. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely possible. Okay, so now we're gonna use our mesh render. We're gonna add. Wait. Oh, it's using smoke. Def. El stupero. Okay. I don't need to solve for gravity. I don't need drag. I don't need gravity forces. I don't need add velocity. I technically probably do need scale color, even though I don't want it, but I'm probably gonna need it. Shape location. Nope. Spawn rate is fine. So I just need to add the actual mesh. We're gonna do sphere. Okay. PRTO underscore. And then I'm gonna look for my sphere. I just added it. What the heck? Did I not spell particle right? Brr. Yep, I didn't. No, it's right. PR. Bro, half of these are PRTL. The other ones are PL. Oh my god. I have to rename some stuff. Okay, whatever. This will work for now. Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. I'm an artist. Don't judge me. Okay. So that's good. Then we're going to do a material override. And then we're going to choose the new one that I just made, which is materials, particle, matte or blue. Where's my particle effect? Okay, so the particle is spawning. And what we need to do now is we need to actually have it rotate. Right now it's just spawning on top of each other. And that's no buenos. So we need to basically have it spawn on top of each other. So we need a this is sprite size unset. I don't care about that. Mesh scale mode. We are gonna set this uniform random uniform. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to do mesh render array visibility mode. No. Where is rotation? Lifetime should be 2, I think. We're just going to do 2 static for now. We'll do 2. And then this is going to be loop duration is 2. There's supposed to be a rotation on here. If there's more than one mesh in the array, mesh array has nothing to do with it. Where is the mesh rotation? I could have swore that was an initial thing. There's rotation force. Oh, initial mesh orientation. Okay, so there we go. That's not what we want. This is a really cool look right there, but that's not what we want. I am curious to see what it looks like though. Kind of cool. Very, very magic-y. Not what we're going for, but it is cool. That's what I love about particles. You be over here playing with stuff, then all of a sudden, initial rotation, right? Okay, so I should be able to do 0, 0, 1. No, I need to do range. So 0, 0, negative 1 to 0, 0, 1. Okay, there we go. Cool. And then an initialized particle, let's say scale is between 1 and 1.5. We want it pretty close together. And then we want an initial rotation speed. So we're going to do rotation force. Fix that. And then I'm going to do random range vector. So between 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and then let's say negative 360 and then 360. That's not working. Well, we don't know if it's working or not. Let's do this. Let's turn off this. Just for shoodles and googles. It is randomly spawning it. Is the stream good? Is the stream okay? It just told me that it dropped. Okay, both of my messages came through, so interesting. Okay, why is that doing that? Initial mesh orientation. So, orient to vector 0, 1. In the render settings, you can change the facing mode. That's true too. I might want it to rotate a little bit though, you know what I mean? Okay, let's just have it spawn the same always. So right now it's spawning the same always. And then let's turn back on our overrides. So it's spawning the same always, right? All we need to do is we need to have it rotate. So initialize particle. There should be initial mesh orientation. this is what's driving it, right? So it should be orient to vector. And the vector is establish initial orientation around which yaw point. And so if I set this to 1, this should be rotating around. It should be rotating like randomly around this. This represents the axis on which the model was first imported from your DCC package. What the fuck does that even mean? Whatever. What if I do -1? Oh, Jesus. No. So that just sets it always up if I needed to. Yeah, I might do... Well, so that would rotate it. But I should have rotation here. Right? And then I should be able to say 50. And so then that should be... That should rotate it. I can't remember if this is between 0 and 1. Rotates the orientation quantity. A value of 1 represents... Okay, this is 0 to 1. So that was my problem. Okay, so this should be -1, 1. There we go. That's what we wanted right there. Okay. So this basically spawns the particle in a random rotation. And now we're going to do the mesh update, which is the rotating. We also have to set the dynamic material parameters. UV offset, this should be a range. I'm gonna have to set all these manually though. Oh crap, what was first? Sorry. So distortion scale is that. So where's my distortion scale? That. And then my distortion factor. So distortion factor. And then my flame speed. Okay. I think those are the only ones that matter. Yep. Okay. And then UVO offset. So this needs to be a range. And we do 1 to 10. Yep. Okay, cool. So that creates the variance of the particle for each one that spawns. Now we need to do color. We don't care about that. We just care about our alpha. So basically it should fade in and fade out, right? And this should be pretty quick. So 0.2, we want it to spawn in. And then we're going to add another key. Let's say we go to 0.8. And then that's going to be 1 as well. We set this to 4, which makes it linear, so it stays the same across, and then it fades out. So we have this constant kind of like fade in and fade out of the particles, giving it a nice little kind of flame. Okay. Now, I have an idea for how this is going to work. Not positive yet. We're going to see. Get rid of these. So it should always stay at the size that it's supposed to. And then we want Z to get bigger. And let's say this is 3. Nope, I didn't do what I thought I was going to do. Never mind. That's fine. Okay, so we can still keep with what we were doing. This is going to be like the more or less good option. What was I gonna do? We're gonna add rotation to it. And that's going to be between 0 and 1. This is our basically like how fast we want it to be. I think 0.3 is what I want. So it'll be rotating between 0.1 and 0.3 in either direction. Okay. Let's see if I can get this to... accurate. Turn this back on. I can use this to kind of determine this. Let's play with this a little bit. I'll pipe that up. What if I made this more like this? That's kind of nice. That's more flamey. Yeah, that's way more flamey. But the problem that I run into now is kind of all same. So what if I can... I like the way it looks. I need something for the top, you know? Like something up here that's kind of like the same thing. Because it looks good for the mid-range. Yeah. Like that looks really good. Well, okay. Let's copy pasta this. I'm gonna use this. We're gonna use I. Yep. We're gonna use spawn rate 1 and direct set. Scale size will be direct set. Damn, I'm so close on this one. It's like right where I want it to be, but just a little not. What do I do? 1 and maybe 0.5. I don't want spawn color. I don't need that. Dynamic material parameters. Don't need that. Scale color. Don't need that. I probably just need to make another emissive. Maybe 1.1, 1.1, and 1.2. Oh, it's nice and close to the particle. I think I should definitely maybe do... Okay, let's do non-uniform. 1.1, 1.1 by 2. 1.5 maybe. Okay, and then simulation offset, let's say 10, 20. Getting there. Maybe 30. 25 maybe. 22. Okay, there we go. And then we want scale to be 1.2 by 1.2. And then 2. That's too high. 1.3. 6. That's kind of there-ish. Where is my initial rotation? So we said orientation vector is up, and that's up. What if I did... -0.2 and -0.2 with a 0.2 and a 0.2. So that way I can have a little bit of... Oh no, that went way too far. That's a 10% rotation. Okay, so 0.05? So it just has a little bit of rotation on it, maybe? Yeah. Okay. So that's good. I need to make a material for that real quick. So we're going to go to... where am I going? Particles. I already have one. I'm just going to use a regular. I have a Miss Blue. Let's duplicate this and call this Blue 2. And then we'll pull off of the Blue 2. Want this to be more blue. And that's emissive power 3. And then we're going to go to the renderer. And then we're going to go to emiss Blue 2. What? Why is that not working? What? Because it's not set to use to be with particles? That makes no sense. The F, bro. Why? Oh, it's a light function. Why did I set it as a light function? That's a silly move on my part. Setting it as a light function. Okay. See how that works, I guess. That's better. Okay. Let's go emissive power 1. Yeah, that's better. I could probably even do... What if I did a Fresnel? And then I did a 1 minus? And then we multiply that by that. I like that better. And then this is definitely past what I was using it for, but it's funny because it'll work. No, Scalar. Man, my nose. This is gonna be X. Default was what, 5? Base reflection fraction. That's 0.04. Okay, now what we can do is we can come in here, make it a circle. We can play with this. So I think this value, yeah, okay. This is the one that makes it less. So we want that. And this kind of like makes it more. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, so now we're getting this. Now if we do a vector parameter, no, I don't want a parameter. We do a texture sample, and we're gonna call this noise. Noise mask. Scanner. And speed will do. We append these two in here and pipe that in there because X is A. I think that's how it works. We'll find out here in 2 seconds. Enable real-time preview. That's X and that's Y. If I did that right. Yep, I did it right. I think. No, I didn't do it right. Or I did. Yeah, okay, it's 1. That's 0. No, I did not do it right. Son of a bitch. I always get this one wrong. It's not a component mask. Is it? No. Oh, I'm an idiot. I have them both. Damn it. Speed X. Speed. Yeah, okay. I had it right. It was just being silly. Just being silly. Okay, so then we'll grab a noise mask. So we'll do noise. Let's just grab any old noise for right now. Texture coordinates, and then we multiply this scalar parameter. This is going to be the noise mask multiplier. How that works? So if it's 1, it's normal. If I increase this, should be making it bigger. Okay, well, smaller maybe? So confused. Oh, okay, so it should be a value between. That doesn't make any sense. This is between 1 and that one. Why? I don't always remember that. Yeah, I might. Power might have been better. I always get like confused on this one. I always plug power node everywhere and make silly materials. Well, so power definitely does a lot of stuff, but I'm trying to scale this texture. That's why I use the texture coordinates. And so I think if I do 512 by 512 in the default, because that's the size of it, and then, yeah, that's, okay, so basically, it's like super small. I can't remember how it works. I always forget. I don't need it right now. I was just kind of cheating it in there. It's not needed. There is a UV tiling in it. You can open the text co. There is UV. Well, yeah, I know. And so what I was saying is there's a way to there's a way to multiply that value. And that's what I was trying to do. So like I can multiply the UV by whatever it is that I'm trying to do. So like 2 should make it bigger. But it's making it smaller for something. I can't. 5 is making it smaller, and I can't remember what the number was. There's a way to, maybe it's a 1 minus, or I do a divide instead of a multiply. I can't remember. It's been forever. Oh yeah, maybe it is divide. Okay. Yeah, okay. It's divide. So that makes it smaller. 105 would make it like super big. Okay, yeah, it's divide. Okay. That's silly that I forgot that. This is texture. Wait, no, this is noise, mask, texture. So if I do 2, and we're 2 times normal size, whatever, that's fine. And then let's pump this into our emissive after. So we're going to do a named mask, and we're just going to call this noise mask. And then we're going to multiply, and then do noise mask. Put that into there. And we're going to stop yeah. Yeah. Well, I never use divide either, for the record. Wait. I saved it. Or maybe I didn't save it. Okay. So now we have this moving along. And if we come here, kind of interesting how that's doing what it's doing, but whatever. I don't know if that's because there's multiple ones inside of each other. Or is it this? No, there's definitely multiple ones inside each other. It's like Z fighting each other. So instead of this, let's get rid of spawn rate, and then let's do burst. And then we'll just do 1. Right? Yeah, it's like Jupiter. We're making mountains here. Okay. So speed is probably too fast. So let's grab this and let's do 0.2. That's probably not, I'm not really happy about that. But we'll have to deal with that in a minute. Right now, it's working the way that it is. So let's grab that. Let's save that, and let's come over here and look at our effects, right? And so as we're here, we're getting that nice kind of darkness. And what we want to do is we want to do the same thing over again. So we're going to call this noise mask 01. Noise mask. We're just going to call this noise mask. Yep. And so we're going to take this whole thing again. Damn you. Trying to keep it clean. Do you do this with yours? I like to keep them clean. Okay, so we're gonna copy pasta. This is gonna be called noise mask 2, and so this will be noise mask underscore 02 underscore texture size. No, I don't like that. Noise mask texture size underscore 02. Yep. Speed 02 and then speed 02. So now I need to change these all to 01. Okay. So then we're gonna grab our noise mask 2, type in noise. Let's go to something more interesting. And we're basically going to multiply this by this to get that. And for the sake of this, I want to do -1. And so what we're doing is we're basically putting two textures against each other. And it's probably -1 is a little too fast. So let's do -2. And then let's do 2 point. No. Yeah. And so this is creating a nice little look here. I'm not sure I'm happy with that mask. I need something more serious. Nope. I have to play with my noise masks. Okay, that's a little bit more serious. Let's do 3. Yeah, there we go. So now we're getting some cool effects, right? And then let's do 0.2, so I have a little bit of random rotation here. And then let's do -0.2. That way I have some interesting rotation. And for the sake of trying to make this look super cool, we're going to do a power of 2, and then we're going to clamp this, and then do that. So now what we're getting is we're getting some interesting effects here. So more orb-like. Okay. And then what we need to do is we need to make this translucent. And we're basically going to take particle color, and we're going to grab the alpha, and we're going to multiply this by noise mask. Nope, I lied. We're going to grab this, and then we're going to put that in opacity. Yep. And then what we can do this straight in here, and move this over here. That. it's not necessarily going to work because I don't have particle color coming in here. Wait, what? It works here. What the heck? What the heck? I need a default color coming in. I think I need a default color coming in because, well, no, because this is set the particle color of 1 of 1, and the alpha is 1, so I should see it. Why? Okay, why is that? What did I do? What did I do wrong? Let's start previewing this node. Yeah, so that's good. What am I doing wrong here? Start previewing this node. Yeah, so that looks good. So everything's good. What did I... Oh, speed, maybe? No? I'm gonna just get rid of all those values. What the heck, man? Hey, what am I doing wrong? So I made it translucent, unlit, two-sided. Yeah, I should be seeing some values. I'm not seeing jack or crap. What the F? What am I doing? There's, like, it makes no sense. What if I turn that off? Okay, so it's something to deal with particle color. Because otherwise, everything else is working as it should. So why is particle color... Why is particle color making that invisible? I am not understanding this. Okay, so on my initialization, I'm using this. I'm not using any scale by color. Color. I guess I can use color scale. And then a curve. That's the wrong one. Why is it? No, I don't need a vector. I just need scale color right here. Why is that not working? What am I doing wrong? Like, that shouldn't... It shouldn't go invisible. Did I choose the wrong thing? What if I go to this node? Yeah, so if I go to that node, it still looks good. This is the part I don't understand. It's still looking good. The color is still good. I'm doing something stupid. There's got to be something I'm missing. Surface translucent, unlit, two-sided. It can be used with Niagara. What am I missing? If I push this here and I hit save, do I get anything? No. So it's something to do with my... I don't know. I'm over here realizing that we have lots of different armor types, and I have to organize them before I can start assigning them. Yeah, we do have a lot of different armor types. Try instead of 1 minus multiply with a... It's actually not the same sometimes. I got problems with that. Try instead of 1 minus. Well, so here's the thing. I'm definitely not getting... So you're saying multiply by -1? I mean, if that's the problem, well, I'm not getting anything at that point, so that's definitely not working. It works for color. It doesn't work for opacity. But see, that's the thing I don't understand. Like, I wrote the whole thing thinking I just needed to choose 1 armor and I was done. Yeah. So I'm seeing it here. This node works. That's the part I'm confused on. Like, here, it's fine. I see it. It's good. It's showing up. Like, there's no problems. It's here that I'm not, like, I don't get it. Like, I'm seeing it. You know what I mean? Like, it's here. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. I can see it doing what it's supposed to be doing. Yeah, it makes no sense to me right now. Everything is working exactly as it should. And I was thinking, oh, it's the particle color. But here's the thing. If I take out that and I come over here, I'm still getting the same thing. Not seeing anything. What the F, dude? Let's switch up the music. I need something more punchy. Let me go to all his albums. Let's go back to the classic crack. Okay. Translucent. Okay, here's where I'm confused. Is there anything inside of this emissive blue? Everything looks good here. It is working inside of this. Like, this is working. I see it. But when I come here, I don't see it. Oh, what the F? The emissive color affects it? What? No way. What? What? Okay, now I'm confused. So by having emissive blue, it doesn't work? How is that even a thing? What? I'm really confused. Did I pull from a blue channel somewhere? Like, you saw me move that, right? So if I go to blue, it's invisible. What? What? How is blue invisible? Am I pulling from a blue channel somewhere? Is it the power of 2? No, it's not the power of 2. How is blue causing that? Is crazy. What about green? Wait. Okay, so anything in the green or blue is no, but purple is a yeah. I'm confused. What the magical Sunday? Does this make any sense whatsoever? I don't get this. I am definitely confused. RGB. Are these set to masks? That's not good. Nope, that's not good. I have to make him a texture object if I want to do that. Oh, wait, I just set it to color, man. What the heck? I mean linear grayscale. Oh my god. Oh, that is linear grayscale. Okay, now I'm really confused right now. Is that why this is happening? So this is a color map. What's the error? Sampler type is linear grayscale. It should be color. Why? Because of TU noise, I guess. Okay, so if I go to noise and I choose a noise map that's a linear grayscale, does that solve my problem? Probably not. So that's purple. What about blue? I don't know why blue is like invisible. Why is blue invisible? Yeah, that doesn't solve it at all. So I'm coming on my RGB. I'm multiplying that. I'm getting a value. Enable real-time preview. So I got that. A power of 2. I clamp that between 1 and 0. It just makes it more powerful. I probably don't want to do a power of 2. I don't really necessarily need power of 2 right now. I can do that later. I do not understand why blue is getting, like, why blue is invisible. I don't get it. I'm choosing the alpha map from particle color. If I ignore the alpha map from particle color and I come here, does that still make blue invisible? What if I, okay. What if I take this? So I'm multiplying my Fresnel by that, right? And this goes at the end. And then I'm multiplying the noise mask by that and putting that there. Okay. So okay, I get it now. I was putting the color into the multiplier. I don't know why that didn't work for green though. That's really weird. That's like really weird. But okay. That's like super weird. Do a power node, and then we'll put that here. And then, hey, we have an enum for gear slots. I assume left and right hands are for weapons, or do we have distinct armor for each hand or arm? Left and right is for the hands. You have helmet, you have upper body, you have belt, and you have feet. Those are the only armor. Left and right hand is for weapons. And possibly shield. I don't know how shield is indicated in that madness. There's a lower body. No, correct. There's two. Technically, your lower body is your feet. Your lower body is everything below the belt down. I did not want to do boots. Nice. Nice. Okay. Power of 10 is probably way too much. So let's just use power, go to 2. So we get the nice little kind of wispy thingies. Now it's basically playing with the noise to get the right values. Yeah. Man, my nose is super messed up tonight. I apologize. All you guys are hearing through the stream tonight is it's almost like electricity. Okay. now we do scale color. That should be fading in. Oh, we're not putting particle color in. Nice. Okay. So now we can actually kind of change this up because I wanted to do burst originally, but now I want to do spawn rate. And we're going to do 10. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. And what we're going to do... Let's just make this a gradual curve like that. And then let's do spawn rate 3. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do scale by size. And then we're going to do curve. Okay, that didn't do what I thought. And that's because this crap is way too powerful. Let's do emissive power outside of 0.1 and 0.1. Maybe 0.3. Nope, that went the exact opposite. So I like what I was doing with the orb, but this is too much, I think. Yeah. I think we're good here. This is like a chaotic crap show. Need to organize this. So power goes there. This goes here. This is my emissive power. This is the colorization factor. This is the Fresnel. I don't know why I'm multiplying the Fresnel by a 1 minus. I need to do that. And this is the color part. My noise mask. All that logic is fine. do by 1.5. Missive power should not be 200. Let's do 10. Exponent's fine. That's all fine. Speed's fine. Okay, so then I need to change this one back to, so the inside's going to be 1, the outside's going to be 2. Where are we at with this? Where is, let's pick that here, so that way I can actually test this live. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Over here. Let's fix this. Okay, I think I'm happy with both of those. Now we need to spit off particles from this. So this is our orb. This is our orb flames. And then we need to like shit some off of this, right? So add another fountain. And this will be a sprite. We're going to get rid of, we want scale color. I don't think we need to solve for velocity, but we'll see. Well, no, we do need velocity because we're going to be spawning from there. Our shape is a sphere. Technically, yeah, okay. Let's do 10. Maybe 50. Okay. 25. Nope. 50 is the right answer. Okay, so we're going to use 50, and then we're going to add velocity, not in a cone. It's going to be linear. Yep. And then we're going to use a range. So it'll be 0, 0, and let's say 100 and 300. Probably too much, but that's okay. And then we'll do a range for the float, and we'll do between maybe 1 and 5. for the flame particles. Spawn rate, let's do something like 20. Some of that drag is a little too much, so let's go 3. And then we're going to basically do scale color. We're not going to actually scale that color. We're just going to do, it's going to spawn in, and then it's going to spawn out. We want it to spawn in with high color, and then we want the fade to happen like maybe 0.8. We want it to die. And then initial size. So initial lifetime, I think, what are we at right now for flame orb? Lifetime, it's 2. So we're gonna do self, and then it's gonna be direct set and 2. We'll fix the color here in a second, but basically it's gonna be like a blue. And then mask doesn't matter, unset that. Uniform size, so maybe 10 by 15. Rotation mode, don't really care. Fine. Rest of it doesn't matter. So initialize particles, fine. That's fine. Velocity's fine. Particle state, so color's fine. And we're gonna add size, I think. Scale. And we'll do the same thing. So basically, it's gonna start off pretty quick. 0.2, it'll be at 1, and then it'll taper off. I want that in my room. You sell me? Right? This is the lava lamp. The lava lamp of the room. Okay, so this needs to probably be... We probably... Let's do 0.1. It should, like, really kind of pipe itself up to that really quickly. We might even... Honestly, we might even just keep it at that. I like keeping it at that. It looks like a tsunami potion. Weed is illegal depending on which state you're in. It does look like an interesting potion, that's for sure. I mean, it's kind of we're almost there. We're getting there. We're getting there. So what we're seeing though is let's check this out. So what happens is as this moves, you see it's creating that. We don't want that. So I need to, the orb needs to be local space, and the orb flames need to be local space. And then that needs to be, yeah. Your mind, my brain matched up. To how much, what color, wait, what about alcohol? Can you control that too? Wait. I mean, if it gives me the power to control water, I'd drink it. Oh, that's... I don't know if it's going to give you the power to control water. Right now, it's just going to look cool. 891 is ridiculous. Let's go to 10. The thing I don't understand, I think that's the power that's doing that. I think that's what's doing it. I shouldn't have dark blue like that. And I'm seeing, like, that dark blue shouldn't be there. I think that's the power that's doing that. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Let me look at it in game real quick. It's cool. The problem that I'm gonna have with this, so I like what it's doing. A blood bender. Ew. Cool. I'm excited to see what. Oh, you making people. Wait. No. Stop. PG. Okay. PG. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good, Kindred. I look forward to seeing what you got tomorrow. Okay, so I need to... Not a fan of what's going on with that. I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm not gonna mess with that material just yet. Let's keep going. Avatar: The Last Airbender has blood bending and it's PG. No, that's not what Lollipop was saying. Lollipop was talking about... Go reread it. Yeah, well, I'm not, so... What is that damn particle at? Matte engine emits blue. Okay. Try that. That's not. I'm gonna have to make a new emissive. No octopuses. Stop it. PG. Okay. This is what I want it to do, but it's not doing it in the way that I want to do it. Okay, so let's do this. How have I done this? I think I got an idea. I don't know if I already have a particles thing for this. Where are my textures? Particles. Let's see if I got one already. Nope. So I do have the... I don't think that's gonna solve my problem. I need to what I need to do is I need to basically have a so funny. I used to know how to do these particles that were kind of like in cascada, and now that I'm doing this new stuff, I've forgotten my old methods. Well, so what I'm thinking about doing is I want to do like a mesh that's on top of itself that grows, right? And so instead of using the actual verticality portion of this, it looks like it's a fire kind of going up. That's how I used to do fire. It's but my problem is I need it to move properly. A high spawn rate does that. So there's another spawn per unit option. That's a lot better. So when I do spawn per unit, basically, if I move it, it spawns it as I move it. And so that one is kind of a better option for when you're doing like high velocity of moving and things like that. But the problem with that is when you can go crazy with it, that way it like spawn spacing 1. So it gets like a lot, and so you get a really good kind of flame setup. But you still have to set. It's only meant for movement, right? And so you still have to set one that's kind of like doing the particles off of itself. But then while it's moving, it'll create this thingy for the movement. And I like this, right, as my flame orb. I think that's a good thing for that little flame orb down there. Where's the flame orb? Let's switch out the particle for that bad boy. Drones, blueprints. Where's drones? Not props, is it? No. Character. Nope. Nope. Where is the drones? Equipment? Drones. Okay, there we go. Drone boss flame, drone door flame, I think is the one that we want. And then it has the Niagara particle, flame blue ball. We're gonna do a flame full orb. It's way too big, so let's just do 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. If that's more accurate. 0, 0, 0. 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. I think later on it's going to be very small, so it might be okay with the smoke. Well, let's take a look at it real quick. So it's like shitting one. Look at it, it's like pooping it out.
I am not joking.
Shit. So it'll look good once it's doing it. That's so funny. As it moves, it basically is spitting all that out. That's kind of cool though. But I would definitely agree that I can't really see any of the cool fire stuff that I've done so far. So I might have to reinvigorate this. Damn, dude. I have to think about how I want this done. Well, no, so that particle is not what I want it to be anyways. So if I set this to 3, 3, and 3, right? And the Niagara is 0.13. So this is basically particle system. I think my issue is going to be it's a little small. I think having the flame orb be a little bit bigger like this will help a little bit. It still doesn't solve my problem is, and my problem is that it doesn't look like it's a flame orb, you know? It looks cool, but it's lacking the actual flame orb part. So if I get rid of the orb and I just do the flame. Oh, you did? Sorry. I don't check Discord while streaming. Unless I'm explicitly... This is kind of funny, but just by using noise. Yeah, use that for orb bullets. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of cool noise textures, and you can definitely do some rotation and things like that.
You there. Present yourself.
What I would need is the flame to move based off of the velocity instead of the camera. And right now it's so maybe that's the way of doing it. Let me see. Oh my god, the voices are so deep. Who made them? Yeah, velocity isn't the answer. That's AI. You talking about Ananias's voice?
Hail, trio. You look new around here.
Yeah, that's...
Perhaps you arrived with a
AI.
batch of yesterday's slaves.
No, this is not Suno. This is 11 Labs.
Welcome to Ludus and Idiom. I am the Mayas, your Delptore. What questions do you have?
Yeah, I like using it for my VO. The whole game's gonna have VO. Now, I'm the one who talked to the AI, so it's using my voice inflection, and then it's just putting it into the voice of whatever the person I pick.
Look for the perfect timing to execute a block.
That way
If
it doesn't
done
sound
correctly,
like AI.
you'll parry your opponent, leaving them open to counterattacks. Go on. Combos are complex attacks chained together. Each weapon you wield has a different combo, but you must time each attack correctly. Go on. Blocking can be performed with any weapon, shield, or in rare cases, even your fists, though I strongly advise against the latter. Blocking requires stamina. Without it, you'll end up on the ground looking up at your opponent one last time before they send you to the afterlife. Go on. Scattered across the island are numerous Luduses, each with its own champion, the most skilled and experienced of all their gladiators. The title of champion is a privileged rank, bestowed by the Luduses Lanista. Our champion resides in the main room of the villa.
So you can basically do whatever you want with 11 Labs. I love 11 Labs. Yeah, it sounds really, really good. Here. Like there's that's one voice. I don't know if this is gonna come through or not. So if it doesn't come through, don't yell at me. It might go through. I don't know. We'll see. So if I go to voices, right, and then I do voice changer, let's choose.
If you really think you're alone at night, hiding under...
The biggest room in the world is...
Do not follow where the path may lead.
Friends show that.
Once upon a time, in a
Yeah, I
quaint
love this
little
voice.
village nestled among rolling hills and towering trees, there lived a curious boy named Oliver.
So basically, I will record audio, right? So let's say wait, what? Since when? Oh. As the gladiator traveled himself around the world, he knew that he could find himself in the mystical world of fun. And then you hit generate speech.
As the gladiator traveled himself around the world, he knew that he could find himself in the mystical world of fun.
And so you can just do whatever voice you wanted. And so I just switched that over, right? My
As the
voice.
gladiator traveled himself around the world, he knew that he could find himself in the mystical world of fun.
Well, you're probably hearing me through game audio. What's up, Goss, by the way? And game audio is not filtered, so it's really, really loud. Yeah, it's called 11 Labs. You spell it out like 11 and then labs.io. I love it. It's an awesome little program. That's how I'm gonna do all my VO for the game. But my voice shouldn't be low now. I'm looking at my Richter, and I'm hitting at almost negative 20 dB. I mean, you're not the only one who said that. I heard that the other day too. Somebody said that. But if I put it like, I could put the microphone closer. I don't know. It's really low. I have to max out my volume on my headphones. That's really interesting. Let me check something. It might be doing noise cancellation on the mic itself. So I'm doing equalizer, clear cast. Yeah, it's doing noise cancellation. So let's check that. And then have you put your Windows mixer louder? I didn't, again, I don't know. Let me check. My Windows mixer shouldn't have my volume. My input device is set all the same. All of that's set the same, so no issues for my input. And my input's being controlled by sonar. If I go to my sonar, everything looks good there.
So you sound fine here, but you sound really low in Discord. I mean, on Twitch.
On the stream, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if
But
that's...
you sound fine in here. You sound normal.
Yeah, so it's probably, again, it's the output of my mic. Let me see if I push it up here. Which one is it using? Let me do properties, Steel Series, virtual audio. Let's do headset microphone. What about now? Let me test it here. I'm peaking a lot higher now because it's directly from it and it's not being filtered through sonar anymore.
That's a little bit better. It's a lot clearer too.
Yeah. Well, it's not using any of the sonar. That's just so weird. The microphone. Oh, you know what? The microphone's set to 67. Why would it be
the sonar software?
Yeah. Yeah, I found out what it is. It was set to 67%. So now it's good. Okay, let's check this real quick.
Yeah, you sound normal now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was set to 67% for some reason, which is absolutely crazy. So now it should be better. Should be. And hopefully this, it's capping out at the yellows, but I'm going to try to put it a little bit right there. Okay, we'll see if this looks, I'll keep it here and then try to see if it's there, and I'll watch it afterwards and see what mark am I at. I'm at so I can check it for later.
Yeah, 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Okay, 2 hours, 20 minutes. Cool. Yeah, I have music down low too, so I can boost music up too. The reason why the music was so low was because I was quiet, but now I know why I was quiet. Good to know. Because somebody mentioned who mentioned this the other day? Somebody mentioned it the other day, and I kind of just brushed it off. I was like, nah, that's good. Always good to have Goss help me out.
I want somebody to come in and be like, I can hear this fucker, and just leave.
Hey, well, I appreciate it, man. How you doing? You good?
Yeah, I got done playing some Deadlock.
I played earlier. It wasn't a bad match, but what I'm upset about right now with Deadlock is they keep changing the meta like every patch, and they nerfed what's his name, hardcore, the snow guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Starts with K. Yeah, they nerfed him the shit. Well, he did, but they definitely they nerfed the shit out of him.
That's what makes it fun, because the new meta every 2 weeks. It keeps it fresh.
I don't know about every 2 weeks. Like, I agree. I like it because they did the same thing in Dota, but every 2 to 3 weeks is pretty hardcore. I like maybe once a month.
Alpha.
That's true. That's true. I can't complain there. I'm not arguing. I'm not bitching.
I mean, once it comes out full release, yeah, I don't want to be every 2 weeks, maybe every couple of months.
Yeah. Because it's just hardcore.
Yeah.
I do like it though. It's a lot of fun. It reminds me a lot of Dota. There's like reminds me a lot.
Yeah, like early days of like Dota and TF2.
I miss good old TF2. Okay, so let's see if I can figure this particle stuff out. I think I'm gonna have to do this off stream where I can play more, but we're gonna try it. I got another 40 minutes, so we'll see if we can get it. Is Dota a thing in the US? Kind of. So like, it really depends. I think back in the day it was a lot more kind of mainstream. I'd say it's a little bit died off. I mean, clearly, if you look at their competitions, they're still making millions of dollars each time they do, and League of Legends does too. So I'm not going to say that it's quote unquote dead, but I will say that the most common people that I talk to, nobody's playing Dota. Just my hardcore friends that used to play it. So
It's still popular. Like it's still top 5 on Steam charts.
oh yeah, I think like I said, but I also would argue that's probably non-US market.
Yeah, non-US.
Yeah. But I think Deadlock is going to be, man, that's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Cuz it's basically it's what Smite should have been.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's what Smite should have been. Dota is the original. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I already got 392 hours in Deadlock.
Oh Jesus. I don't think I'm that bad. Let me look. Now you got me wondering. Dota is so Dota 2 is different. What was that game you used to play? Heroes of New Earth or yeah, right? Yeah, that was before Dota 2 came out, and Goss was, when we were roommates, he was playing the shit out of it. I was like, this is stupid. and then I like got so hardcore into Dota. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I still think Han's better than Dota 2, but the lack of support and there's a lot of issues the company fucked up with Han.
Oh yeah, well that's true. I only have 30 hours. I'm always, like I said, if I'm not working, if I'm not doing my day job, then I'm streaming and making my game. So, but I do try to get some time into it. I do enjoy it, especially for like a little pickup match. It's always fun to have that.
So are you still working on the same game, or what are you working on now?
Yeah, here I'll show you real quick. Let me get rid of that. We don't need that. And then let me go to the main menu. So it's basically a Gladiator game. Let me pause the music because then you're going to hear like double mute. You won't hear it, but they will. So we basically have 2 modes. I paused it. Come on. Spotify being stupid. Okay, so we have 2 modes. We have like infinite arena mode. That's like if you're bored and you don't want to go through the campaign, you just want to fight some people, so you just go through the infinite arena mode. Or we have the actual campaign, and then in our campaign mode, it's kind of like Souls. I don't know if you've seen it before or not, but basically it's like Souls. You have all your character randomization, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to make a Souls-like that was Zelda, basically. And so you have all your character customization crap that you normally would have, and then you go into the main world. That's what I've kind of been working on, is the main world and making it designed out and everything else, because all of our combat is more or less there. I think I need a couple of new animations to kind of finalize it out, but you basically spawn in the ancient Rome city. This is your Ludus, and your basic quest. Let me just talk to him and shut him up real quick.
You look welcome.
Otherwise, he's just going to keep yelling at you. Your basic first quest is to learn how the game works. And then once you do that, you have a trainer. And the idea is you can train here as much as you want, as many times as you want. So that way, when you fight in the arenas, you kind of know what to do. And so he'll basically kind of do it. Those icons over his head are basically how you get perfect parries. If you time it, the block right as that icon comes over his head, that's your perfect parry, and then that gives you the ability to do, extra damage to him. And then you have slicing him in half and all that other stuff, and different ones have different skills and abilities. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to kind of travel through the world, interact with it. It's a small open world. It's not like massive. It's a little tiny island, and the idea is for the demo and everybody seeing it, this is kind of the little island that they'll be on, and there'll be different quests. And then if everybody likes it and the game does well, then we'll open up bigger islands in the ocean that you can kind of travel to. But for the demo, you're supposed to come over to the little dungeon and kind of complete the dungeon, and that's your intro to how the game works. So I'll fly over there real quick. And you basically save. Oh, that's great. Oh, that horrible particle that I was working on. Jesus. And it didn't even light the... Oh man, I messed this up. Yep, that's a problem. Okay, well, that's gonna be a problem. I don't think I can complete it. Because I made it too big. Hold on one second. Let me
Your UI is actually quite clean.
Thanks. Yeah, I like it. It turned out pretty good. Okay, how did I make that big? Oh, that's right. I did the static mesh. Okay, so let's do 1, 1, 1. Okay, that should make it the right size. That way it can be used now. Oh, crap. Well, okay. Anyways. Yeah, I don't want a busy UI. I don't want anything that's, overly busy. We're not going to have any inventory. And what's unique about the game is how we're going to be doing that. So basically, I can kind of show you here. All of the items spawn on the ground, and whatever you see is whatever you kill, right? So if I let me hit picture mode real quick. You can see we can spawn a lot of entities, and it doesn't really hurt anything because of how it works, and it has real physics for those entities. But what you can do is you can actually turn on tab, and it shows you what's better quality than what you currently have. Obviously, nothing there is what it is because it just spawned the same thing over. But if I did have something that was better quality, for example, like this, I would see a different icon that shows whether or not it's greater or less quality than what I currently have. And then I pick it up. And then you have like a certain amount of time to pick it up. And then everything in the world, no matter what they have, so like whatever monster it is, let me go to settings, that music goes back. Whatever they're wearing is what they spawn, like what drops. So there's no RNG in the sense that, oh, I gotta fight this skeleton 5 billion times. If he's wearing, a set of armor, that's what he drops. And we're gonna make it to where you can basically collect all that, and then you can use it for different things or whatever else, to like upgrade your own weapons and crap later on. Oh, okay, well, let me just get rid of you then. But anyways, this should now work. So basically, this is the Zelda part of the game where you're gonna do dungeon crawls, and your job is to kind of come in and go through the dungeons and get all the different, kind of stuff and unlock all the different puzzles and everything else. And each room has its own kind of like puzzles that you got to figure out and identify. This dungeon is set up to kind of teach you the boss fight. And for the lack of not wasting your time, because I know it's precious and valuable, there's like, this is all like traps and things like that you have to kind of avoid. And that's kind of like what the boss does, is he'll, as you're kind of like interacting and going through the world, the boss will have different traps that he kind of uses. So like, for example, that's when you have to like dodge or you die, and you can't stop or those spikes will kill you. And then you have a double one that you have to kind of like try to avoid. And then we have, these are like gas thingies. That's what the boss will do. And so you go through the dungeon kind of like a Breath of Wild thing, and you have to basically unlock the different doors. I am massively cheating through it so we can get there and show you what that looks like. And then once you've unlocked those doors, then you can go to the main area, and that basically unlocks the ability to fight the boss. And so this is the Souls-like part of it, right? Where I come in and then I have the boss fight, and basically I have to do whatever the boss fight is. For this boss, basically this is a factory that's creating undead, and they're in like cryo chambers, and he's the guy who's doing that. And so you have to like defeat all of his like first sets as the first phase, and then once you defeat all of them, then he gets up and then he's doing his phase. So it's very, again, Souls-like. That's the kind of idea, is each dungeon will have a big boss like that you go through. but the dungeon itself is very Zelda-like, where there's puzzles and you're trying to solve the puzzles, move objects around, and interact with them. That was what we put a lot of time into, was making the it's like the Minecraft red whatever it's called, logic. So for the and/or gates and everything else, and that way I can just make them myself and kind of have my own puzzles. But
That looks like you put a lot of work into it. Looks good.
Yeah, just gotta get particles and things like that, and all the kind of the polished stuff in there. But
yeah,
that's pretty much
I
it.
can see you put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, go ahead.
The combat though, have you thought about adding like hit stop to it?
What do you mean by that?
You know what hit stop is?
Off of you saying it? No.
Hit stop is like I guess if you play Zelda or like let's say a fighting game and you punch them and it's like almost like the frame freezes or like the character kind of freezes, kind of give it more of a feedback feel.
Yeah. We haven't done that specifically. That would be an interesting kind of thing. Let me kind of go here real quick so that way I can do more combat.
Yep.
So what I do have for combat is basically
I heard something over there.
I have little camera shake for whenever you block or when you get hit, and then we have, depending on when they get hit, they have interactions for interrupt. So like for example, if I hit them, they kind of get interrupted and they fall back a little bit. Right now the timing on that is like super crappy, but basically they're supposed to kind of fall backwards if they get hit, or not fall backwards, but they kind of go backwards. But you're saying basically I do like a 2-second frame delay.
Yeah, it's a little more nuanced than that, but I sent you a video about what is hit stop. I haven't watched it, but it seemed like just quickly going through it, exactly what I'm talking about. It really elevates the feel of combat.
So I think I've seen this. They do it in like Monster Hunter and games like that.
Yeah, they do it in most games. Like we
Yeah.
play the Batman games. They do it in Dark Souls or some hit stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So I actually, the funny part is I tried doing this with time dilation. So here, let me see if I can. What is this?
I haven't done it myself. But I know if I was making a combat like this is something I would spend time doing.
Yeah, no, I think so. It's not hard to do. I just basically set time. We already have it kind of already in place. I just we set it up to only work with, because originally you remember the movie 300? Yeah. I wanted the combat to be like as I'm like doing my stuff, right? Then it would come through. And I had it to where every single kill would do that, but then it became like overly like all over the place. Yeah, it's like time delay, so you can kind of see the kill happening. So I could do the same thing for the hit stop, where basically I'm stopping the animations on the kill, but you're saying per hit though, yeah?
Yeah, so I guess what you could do is you could add an event to a certain frame on your animation track, and then it would trigger.
I heard a noise just over there.
Stop effect, or time dilation.
Yeah.
On your character and on the enemy.
Huh?
Yep. Yeah, because I think it's either that or the animation. Maybe not on the whole game, because that might be weird if you're.
I think you can apply time dilation just on the animation itself. It's been a while.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can too. I have
kind of like that, except when it actually connects.
Yeah, like that. I'm kind of cheating it right now. I'm pressing the time stop button while I'm attacking, so I have to time it right. But yeah, that's an interesting thought. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So kind of like this.
Especially when you parry, like if you get a parry off, it does a hit stop.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look at it. It's not hard to do. Once I kind of understand, I'll create a function for it, and then I can just put it in wherever, because we have all those spots available. Like where if I go to my character,
And obviously, you know, like putting a animation notifies on.
yeah. I mean, we could call it through there. That would be through the ability system.
Or you guys use gas.
No, we created our own. It's basically gas, but we created our own. It's basically gas though. Like I've never utilized gas, and Kindred, the guy that we're working with, he has used gas, and he got on the project and he looked at the ability system. He's like, this is basically gas. I was like, well, I mean, we made this before. Like, this is a long time ago. We made this ability system before gas was a big thing. So it's just what we use because it's what we use. I'm sure gas is good too, but anyways, where I could do is I could definitely do that, or I could do it on damage event. That might be another spot to put it. I don't know. If I probably would do it on damage,
Yeah,
because
that might work.
then if I do it on damage, anytime I do damage, I would activate the hit stop. I could also do it on the ability too. There would be more granular control for the montages if I did the Anim Notify. The only problem is and this is one thing that I don't like about Anim Notifies, is if they get blended out, they don't care. So you have to
Words, yeah.
you have to be very, and this is what I really hate. There's no way of knowing my blend. I wish there was some way of telling like where the blend is happening. I absolutely hate it. So you have to play this guess and check game where you're like, okay, I want a 0.1 blend. No, I want a 5 blend. And like, you got to play guess and check. There's no way to see where my blend is happening and based off of this number. And I really wish I could see that. That would be so helpful. But yeah, that's
It's been so long since I've looked into this stuff. At Gearbox, we have like our own ecosystem. Like we have our own file types. We have our own like blueprints. We have our own data types.
yeah.
Yeah, like, we don't use a lot of Epic's stuff.
Well, I mean, when you have a custom engine and billions of dollars for your games, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I mean, a lot of the stuff they've used, it's like original, like from like Borderlands 1. They just carried a system over, like.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. You know what I mean? They're the ones who made it, so.
Yeah.
Why not?
When I was diving in, I was like, oh, we don't use. It's like it was so foreign. It didn't even look like Unreal.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, no, there's a couple of things that I'm gonna have to do. Like for example, the spear guy. You can see he does the little red icon. This is probably a bad one to do. Let me go over this guy. Shut up, dude. That's the AI needs a couple of little tweaks, but for the spear guy, like that red thing is supposed to be invulnerable, like an invulnerable attack. But he doesn't do the invulnerable attack yet, and it kind of just glitches out. So there's some things that I'll have to do to balance it out. The non-spear guys are actually really good, and we have different logic based off of the different weapons that they have. So if they have, warhammers, or if they've got, swords, or if they just have a dagger, they all act differently and have different spacing, and they kind of like move differently based off of it. So there's a lot of work that's gone into it.
You're getting pretty proficient using blueprints. It looks like you are.
Yeah.
If you're honestly looking for a job, I think you would excel at as a technical game designer.
Yeah. What's it called again?
Like I don't know the exact position, but from my understanding, like a technical game designer. So like the guy that I work with, he's worked on Red Dead, whatnot. He knows the engine enough to like create to help me. Like I do the skill tree with him, and he can go in there and kind of do all like the blueprint stuff and whatnot. He's very technical. And he also designs like each of the skills that go in the skill tree.
I heard a noise just over there.
And I think that's something you probably could excel at because you know the engine.
Yeah.
Pretty well. And you pretty much design the game yourself, right? I mean, you're the one coming up with the ideas.
Yep. I do everything.
That's something you should go for. I think that's what you, as a game designer.
Yeah. Well, I might have to check it out because I actually just made my first UI tool which was pretty cool for enabling and turning off PCG and everything else. And that was fun to do because I had always wanted to do that because I want to be able to make tools to kind of speed up timelines. So like enabling PCG or turning off PCG, things like that. And then I've learned the blueprint coding. I'm not doing like crazy systems, but I can do all that. I know all the animation systems. I know all of the meshes, materials, particles. I basically know everything that I'm supposed to know, except for C++ and coding hardcore things. And I can read C++. I just can't make it.
So his title that I work is just lead game designer, but he's very technical, kind of like you are.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's that'd be more viable if you're trying to get into the game industry.
Yeah.
So look into that.
I'll have to check it out. I mean, I don't know. Can I get a lead game design title?
You can get associate game designer.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's associate levels. And they're new, but like maybe not a Gearbox right away. You might have to find like an independent studio, and they're quite a bit around if you look around on LinkedIn. But at least get like a year or two somewhere, and then you can start applying for maybe like Gearbox or other companies.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to check it out because, like I said, that was my biggest problem. The girl you linked me up with was like, "Okay, what do you want to do?" I was like, "I don't know. Like, I just make games. Like, There's like 9 billion titles, and I don't know which one to go for. You know what I mean? Like, okay."
I think she's an associate writer. I don't think she writes now.
Yeah.
I heard
Was
something.
it
Yeah.
Katie Haycock or something like that?
I have to look. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll have to look at it. That's really good advice. I appreciate it.
Because when they look for designers, they look for people who are also very technical as well.
Yeah, and that's what I like. That's actually one of the reasons why me and Mester work well together is because I can find the bugs and tell him what the bugs are because I know how it's working. I didn't code the system, but I can tell you where it is that's happening because I know how the system works, and I can say, okay, this is where the bug is originating from. So then he can go in and find it.
You interacting with him like that
Yeah.
is no different than me interacting with the other designer.
Yeah.
On a daily basis. So I mean, you're basically doing the same thing I do, or he does, and what Messer is doing is what I'm doing. So yeah, I mean, keep at it, and I think you'll get there.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe you know what? Maybe I'll just release the game, and then I'll use that as my clout. I'll be like, hey, I made $100,000, and it was my own game, and I did it with a team of 4 people, and I managed the team while making the game, and that's my resume.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. In the meantime, I need a normal job, which is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah,
so, because I actually
the hard part though is like a game designer. It's hard to find like a real entry level. That's the hardest part.
Yep, I have noticed that. That's 100%. I applied for like 4 things at Epic that were entry level, and I still didn't. I was like, I'm using your engine. I can prove that I've used your engine. I have video evidence. Like, come on. But I got
lucky because so many people are applying for those positions.
Well, and the thing is my resume doesn't say anything about it. I have 20 years of naval service. I'm a cybersecurity professional, right? So everything is cybersecurity, and I'm like, oh my god, how do I put this in there? So I don't know.
Well,
I think
there's military companies like the military industrial complex have stuff like they do make games, Sims and whatnot, and they do require designers. So like you can look in that field somewhere to start out.
So I have an idea. It's kind of like it's my own little side project that I'm gonna try to do. I think what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna use I'm not gonna talk about it on stream, but the short version that I can talk about, not on stream, is I think I'm going to learn Godot so that way I can make a web-based applet and then utilize that web-based applet for my plan, and then I'm going to leverage that to see if I can sell that to a couple of different places. and maybe that's an in for that type of thing. So I don't know. We'll see. I got a couple different ideas. In the meantime, I'm just doing cybersecurity and making my money that way. Because
you're
I go
officially out and you're working on another job. Like you
next
haven't-
week. Next week
Okay.
is I go to get my DD214. I'm headed to Washington to go and get my new, whatever you want to call it, my new life. I have to, it's going to be so annoying because I haven't shaved in like 3 months. And so I'm going to have to shave next week and then head in there and go put on my uniform that I haven't worn in like 3 months and go pretend to be a senior chief for, I think it's like 20 days. And then they'll be like, okay, you're good. And then I can come back and then I'm free until, you know, World War III pops off. But
Shit. Where are you at right now?
I'm in Tennessee. Technically, I'm in 3 spots. I'm in Tennessee, I'm in Florida, and I'm in Georgia.
Okay. You're all
It's-
around me.
Right? I chose everywhere except for your spot.
Oh man.
I pass through Alabama all the time, though. Like, legitimately. I was just... What was it? A week and a half ago, I was in Atlanta for FS ISAC, which is basically like a big, huge cybersecurity conference. And yeah, I passed through Bama, and I was like, oh man, bye goss.
Yeah.
I go through, what's that B place?
Birmingham.
Birmingham. Yeah, I pass through Birmingham all the time.
I'm only like an hour away from Birmingham.
Nice. I'll have to come by and hit you up.
If you go to Birmingham, you go like straight up north. It's like Huntsville, and Huntsville is like literally at the border of Tennessee. So.
Oh yeah. I definitely I've seen it. But I normally take the Birmingham one because it's just easier to get into Atlanta that way.
Yeah.
But I know coming from Florida, I went through Pensacola and then that Pensacola through the bottom part because I didn't want to go through Atlanta because like it's stupid to kind of go up and then over. So I just went through. I went right by Huntsville and I went through that back like it's like 168 or whatever the heck that trucker highway is. There's fucking nothing, bro. There was nothing. I was like, if I break down, oh my god, I'm dead. Hills have eyes. People were coming for me, be eating me. It was funny. So, well, cool, man. I won't take your time. I appreciate you. If you need anything,
no problem.
don't hesitate.
Bye.
Yeah, anytime, man. You're always welcome.
I'll see you around.
Yeah, bro. Okay, well, that wasted a lot of time, which is good, because I need to waste time sometimes. And so we did that, and yeah, I didn't get anything done for that particle. I need to re-look at it. I like what we're doing here. I just don't like the overall idea of it. Or not the overall idea. I don't like how it's turning out, is what I'm saying. I need to think about how I want it to be done. I don't know what that's going to look like. Yeah, I really... Because I like this. The problem with that is it's one-sided, right? And so as my orb moves, it's just kind of sticking there. It's not really doing what I want it to do. If I increase the distortion factor, it puts it up higher. And so I get more of what I'm kind of thinking. Let's see what that looks like. Maybe I turn it from being two-sided to one-sided. Is it two-sided right now? Let's turn it to one-sided. No, that's not. Because I'm only ever going to see it from that other side. Especially on the top. No bueno, senors. What if I did... Okay, so that's a little bit better. Yeah, no. So I need that to be kind of rotated, right? So maybe initialize particle. This is my scale, so I'm doing what, 1.2, so just do 111. That's fine. Position offset, we're gonna do 0 for right now. Actually, I'll just turn it off. And the reason why we're doing that is because it was trying to match that. Where is that at? So if I go to... Oh, that's right, that's right. I can do the orb. .8. Do random float and range. Let's do 0.5, 0.8. So I get different sizes. So orientation vector. Okay, so that's a little bit better. I'm feeling the orbiness, right? But now this is probably too much. Let's check this real quick. Let's change the distortion factor down a little bit. Crap. Interesting. So we are getting some interesting effects. The smaller I make it, the worse it gets. So let's go bigger. I think it's fine for now. So we are getting that kind of like orb look. That's really kind of interesting. I like how that's looking. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Okay. That I am not happy with. So let's do the orb. Get rid of the fountain for now. Let's do the inner orb. The inner orb is probably too small, so let's do 0.8 by 0.1. No, 0.8 by 1. Or let's do 0.9. So maybe 0.7 by 0.9. And then let's scale by life. And then do a curve. And let's grab all three of these and then do a power curve. No, I don't like it. It's looking better. I do like that, right? So it's looking very kind of like ominous. But my problem, again, is going to be based off of movement. Let's do 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. Let's do 1.6, 0.16, 0.6. And then if I grab my particles, no, I don't need particles. Where is my spawner? I go to blueprints. Come on, where is it at? Oh, that's right, blueprints. So if I go blueprints, props, and then I should see flame spawner. Flame dispenser. Okay, there we go. Now let's take a look. So this is our particle. It looks good. I like it. I like it. Okay. So we can actually play with this a little bit. Our static mesh is at 1. Let's do 1.5. And let's see if that still fits in that area. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so what if we just do a glow off of it? So we'll do another emitter, we'll do a fountain. Where's fountain at? There it is. And we're gonna call this glow. I'm gonna grab glow. Not lightning glow, but particle glow maybe. Yeah, let's just do particle glow. Initialize particle shape location is always gonna be the same. We don't want velocity, no gravity, no drag. Scale color is fine, but we're basically gonna do that. And then I don't need to solve for any forces. Initial particle size needs to be way bigger. Let's do 200 by 200. Oh yeah, look at that. That's massive. What? That's massive. Way massive. Okay, never mind. Let's do 100 by 200. Ah, that's close. 200 by 500. Yeah, okay. And then we'll do initial color is gonna be like that. Oh yeah, there we go. Heck yeah. Okay. And then spawn rate is gonna be 2? 5. Let's do 5. And then let's make it wow, that's like massive. Why is it so big? It's big there. Like what the F? What the F? Okay, so our glow is scale by color. We're probably gonna also do a scale by size because we want it to exponentially get bigger as it dies out. And so we'll do a curve here and maybe do a 3. So its life kind of, that way it looks like it's radiating. And then we'll do local space. Emitter. Oh, right. We need to make this match the system. Spawn rate is 5. Maybe do 3. And then we'll set the life to be between 1.1 and maybe 2. So it looks like it's kind of radiating. Let's see what it looks like. It's so big here. Why? It should be scaled. Okay, well, clearly that's not the answer, so I don't know why it's not scaled there. Like, it's scaled here. What the effle? That doesn't make any sense. Let's do 10 by 10. And let's see how bad that's scaled here. Okay, so it's accurately scaled there. Why? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué, mi amore? I don't... 50 and 50. Let's go. So it's now accurate there. I don't, this makes no sense. No, say senor. Sprite renderer is all good. Oh, it's scale. But I mean, still, even then, like, no. No. I don't speak. No habla español. No me gusta, por favor. Is that okay? So no, not good. What about? I don't. So I speak a couple of languages, like un poquito. I know Tagalog. I know a little bit of Russian / Slovakian. I know a little bit of Spanish. I know a little bit of Japanese. Okay, so what do 100? Nani? Yeah. Nandro. Yo, 500 by 500? What does that look like here? Why is it so big here? I don't understand this. Like, what the F, bruh? Everything else is like, okay, so it's accurate there. It's not scaling. Why is that sprite not scaling with the mesh? No, I mean it's fine, except for the fact that whenever I go and it's not fine whenever I go here, and then all of a sudden it's like the size of Jesus. I'm doing a Kamea ball. Kamea. No buenos. No buenos, senor. Yeah. No. I don't. Why would that not be scaled? It's using. It should be using. That's so weird. Sprite rotation mode is unset. And it doesn't care about any of this other crap. Particle state, scale sprite size. Is that really affecting it that much? No, there's no way. I do not agree. Fuck, man. I don't know what the answer is there. So it looks good here, right? And then when I scale it down, the sprite stuff does not scale. That's got to be a bug. That's got to be a bug. The sprite stuff doesn't scale. Like, what? It should scale. Everything else scales. Well, where is that at? I don't see scale mode. Yeah, I don't see scale mode. It's in the sprite attributes. I'm on there. I don't see scale mode. I typed in scale. I got pixel coverage mode. I have sort mode. Source mode. Particles, emitter, material using binding, alignment, facing mode, macros, default. I don't see anything about that. Wait, what? What does MH stand for? I don't know what MH stands for. You talking about an initialization of the particle? I see sprite rotation mode. I see my sprite. It says non-uniform, random uniform. That has nothing to like. MH, the sound I make when I'm thinking. Oh, okay, got it. Get it. Well, I'm on initialization, but that doesn't change listen mode or lifetime mode, color mode, position, offset. Nope. That just, I mean, so this changes the size, but that doesn't change my particle when I'm scaling it. So that's my problem, is I can set this all I want. Again, as the particle, looks great, right? Because this is the particle. But if I scale this particle, so let me give you an example, right? If I scale this particle, the sprite is not scaling. Notice the sprite's not scaling. So my problem is the sprite not scale. It's not scaling. The sprite is not scaled. What's determinism? Toggles whether the globally make the random number generation be determined. Nope, that's not it. Interpolated CPU doesn't matter. GPU require persistent IDs. Nope. Lifecycle scalability. Nope. Lifecycle scalability. Kill particles, RGB alpha. Nope. No buenos, senors. Damn, dude. What if I take off local space? Can you not scale sprite particles? Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Well, okay, so scaling it inside of the emitter, yes, but externally, I can't scale it externally. Let's look. Here's another example, right? So we go to particles, and let's do my fire smoke large, right? So if I scale this, no, that's not scaling it at all. And then if I go to my flame large, blue, Yeah, that's not scaling them. It doesn't scale the sprites. I mean, you might be doing it via blueprint. Those aren't blueprints, though. Those are particles. So sprites are not being scaled. I can scale them inside of here, right? I can scale them here, but external, like the world scaling, that is not affected, which is very interesting. Ah, fuck, man. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up. Okay, I'm at the 3-hour mark. It's midnight. I have work tomorrow. We got far. I like where this is at. We're almost there. I think I'm going to add a couple of other things, but I do need to figure out why that scaling isn't working. It's because the sprites often have their own render size independent of Niagara transform scaling. That's true, but I need to basically not be restricted by that, because if I scale it externally, it needs to be scaled. How does that work? I don't know. You can make it in the parameter or just make it smaller. Well, yeah, I know I can make it smaller, but then I have to make a particle for each thing. Making it parameter might be the answer. But see, that's the whole point, is I scaled it. Okay, fine, whatever. Nope, I'm just gonna fix it the right way. I don't know these values. So I want it, what, 1/10? So 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. That's so small. And then that's going to be like 0.1, 0.2. No, that's even smaller. 0.08, 0.09. Okay, there we go. 100. Nope. Let's do 10 by 10. Nope. 50 by 50. Okay, there we go. It's getting closer. So basically that scales in, and then make it a billboard. No, I don't want to do all that. That's so extra. I'm getting close. I'm getting close. I'm almost there. Uh, 1, 1, 1. Okay. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Ugh. I guess I'm just going to have to manually do it. That's fine, whatever. So this is going to be 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. No, that's way too big. 0.15, 0.15, 0.15. Fuck, fine. 0.05, 0.07. Oh my god. What the F? Point 1. I made the orb too small. So 0.19. Damn it. Okay, so 0.15, 0.17. We're close. Okay. 0.1, 0.13. Damn it, too small. 0.13. Okay, that's where we want to be. Right there's right where we want to be. Okay, so let's hit save. Let's see how we're looking in here. Okay, good. Okay, now we're cooking. This is fucking so small. But it's accurate at least. Okay. Nice. Okay, so we're accurately depicting what I need to depict. Okay, maybe I'll go for a little bit longer now that I got it working. So let's go to my glow. Let's do 100 by 150. And then let's do 0.5. See what this looks like. That's too strong. Is it got an offset to it? No. So that's 1. Do 0.1. Why so strong? What's up, Turning? How are you? Oh, nice. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, that's a cool icon. Okay, so then that's good. So let's do this real quick. That's at emissive power. Let's do 25. Okay, so that's a little bit better. And then I'm just gonna choose playing some Mad Max before bed. You know, nothing like some adrenaline pumping action to put you to sleep. Well, you know, it's a funny joke, but I agree. I agree. Okay. Sphere. Let's do your body works strange. PRTL. PLTR. Oh my god. PRT. No, PRLT. Yeah, there we go. Ah! 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. Oh my god. Okay, now it's all jacked up. F my life, Susan. Okay, the particle system is outside of this. I don't want any part of this. Okay, there we go. Particle system is outside of that. 0.15, 0.15, 0.15. There we go. Okay, so 13, 0.13, 0.13. That's pretty close. Okay, there we go. There's some collisioning that's happening. Let's just do 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. So that way it's not gonna collision with it at all. And then we'll pull the point light out as well, because it's all part of it, right? And then the point light will be 25. Attenuation is 5. That's there. We did a light function, I think it was. Mat F. Damn it. Light. Damn it. I can't remember where we put it. Matte light function. Yep. Okay. So click that. Come here. Get rid of that. Bam. Yep. Okay. Let's check it out now. Let's see what we got. Right. Oh, damn it. That's why. Oh, okay. I forgot. All of that has to be on that because of how it works. Okay, there we go. Oh, damn. He died already. Let's see. Let's turn off that glow. And let's see if I can cheat it with my point light by turning on my volumetric. I gotta make fireflies too, you know, that's a thing. No, it's not gonna. No. Okay, it didn't work. It did not work. That's okay. So we're gonna need the glow. That's fine. I'm gonna get rid of that because I don't care about that right now. I don't need that. We are gonna need the glow. I'm gonna have to figure out how I want that to look. It's like super emissive for some reason. What's the emissive on this? Emissive power is 1. You know, so like that's kind of interesting. Emissive power is 1, so it's, I guess it's the number that I'm kind of spawning. Instead of doing 3, maybe I do 1. That's better. Yeah, that's better. Now, what if I do... I'm going to try it out just to see what it looks like. Spawn per unit. Take it, man. You made good progress. Yep. Have a good night. Oh, because they're local space. If I change it to non-local space, what happens? Let's see. Tomorrow is the first month of a free monthly assets from Epic's exclusive to Fab. Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I haven't really used Fab much. Okay. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's really cool. Okay, what if I make it die faster? So I'm gonna have 2. This is gonna be my glow trail, right? And so I'm gonna do spawn per unit, and spacing is gonna be like 1, and they're gonna die really quickly. So lifetime is gonna be like 0.5 and 0.8. And then I'm gonna get rid of spawn per unit on this one. And I'm gonna make this local space. Okay, now let's try this. Whoa, look at that. So I think it's the set color. Basically, they point 2, they need to be at 1. And then at 0.8, they need to be dead. And then I'm not changing the size by life. So let's do scale sprite by size. And then we're going to do a peter off. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, thanks. Oh, nice. And then what if I change the distance to 50? If the emitter speed is greater than this value in a single frame, stop spawning particles. Okay. This is going to be GPU, and they're going to be fixed bounds. And then let's see how that looks. Oh, that's like a Peter. It's like a Jetson. Nope. That's not the good answer. Okay, so then let's do 10. And we're basically saying as it grows, what if I got bigger? So I'm going to start off small and then get big. Let's go 3. And scale color, it should die off pretty fast. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Okay. So we need to change the initial scale. It starts at 1. Let's say it starts at 0.5. And then it goes to what, 3? Yeah, let's try that. That's closer. 0.5. Like, right? Okay, well, fuck you then. I'm gonna spawn at 1. Let's have it spawn at 1. Check that out. Okay, so that's better. It's like ghost particling out. Okay. And then what if I do... What if I do... That's at 0.1, dude. So I do that. Let's go there. Okay, that's not too bad. What if I get crazy with this? Okay. We're gonna go crazy. Bam. What time is it right now? Okay, I can putz around for a little bit more. What does he say? Okay, that wasn't bad. I don't think I like the scale by sprite size, so we're just gonna get rid of that. Color was fine. I think maybe I should ramp this up faster, so maybe 0.1. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, okay. So I'm okay with that. It's like it's kind of trailing with me. And then let's do one more particle. That's like glow. I don't think glow's the answer for that one, but let's take a look. We can do something that's more hardcore. So that's the base ones. Okay, so we're gonna do spawn rate of 100, and initial particle size will be 10 by 10. Yep, okay. And then these are gonna actually be all the way up, and it probably is gonna be a 10. Yeah. And then we're going to basically change their sprite rendering method to velocity aligned. Yep. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do scale by color is fine. We're going to add in vortex force, and we're going to fix. Vortex force amount is going to be 1,000. Okay. I guess I need some initial velocity. The fuck? Oh. Negative 100. Negative 100. Negative 100. 100. 100. 100. Well, that didn't work. Okay, I just basically spit them all out. I don't... This is not doing what I thought it was going to do. So let's turn off vortex force real quick, right? Oh, nice. I'm creating a beam. I'm like, burp. So 0, 0, 10. So I got a beam, right? And that beam is kind of going here. And what I want to do is I want to kind of like vortex it around. So I'm going to put my vortex back on. And I'm going to go -1, -1, -1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, well, that then, okay, 1. 10. So now I'm kind of like, and then I'm going to add a spawn location, sphere, so shape location. Okay, let's do 10. I just want to see what it looks like. Okay, so this needs to be not local space. And then we're going to check the spawn rate to 25. And then initial particle size will be 2 by 5, maybe. Nice. And then we're going to do scale by life. And we're going to start them off small. Uh, 0.2. Okay, let's hit save. And then let's add vortex back in. Let's do 100. That's kind of what we want, right? 25. Yeah, that's kind of what we want. Now let's see what we get. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. Okay. So now we need to actually change a new spawner. So I need to do spawn per unit on this as well. That did not work the way I thought it was. Maybe I have to turn off spawn rate. And spawn per unit is going to be 10. I might have to make 2 separate ones. That's fine. It's okay. Okay, I see the problem. I see the problem. Oh, that's cool. That is so cool. Okay, I see the problem. So, we're gonna do spawn per unit. I'm gonna get rid of that. On this one, I'm gonna do spawn rate. So this is basically while it's just sitting there chilling, right? And then I'm gonna grab this, and then this is gonna be my trail. So this is my sparks and sparks trail. And so then this is going to be spawn per unit, and we're going to do 10 and spawn rate, and then we're going to get rid of scale by size. Needs to start off at that perfect size. Yep. Okay. So basically, as I go, it shouldn't spawn from the smaller, because that's what our problem was. I lied to myself. What am I doing? Oh, color. Color might be the other one. Scale color. Yeah, okay. check it now. Nope, it's still far back there. Why is it so far back there? So that's good, right? But it's so far back there. Maybe if I increase the number. Oh, that's right. So, okay. So it's the number that I have. Spawn probability is like 1. And let's do 1. Let's so I don't have to keep starting the level. I'll just pull it inside here. Particles, fire or blue. Okay, let's try this bad boy out. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, now let's try it. So it's just chilling there, doing its thing, spawning particles, and as I fly... Oh, yeah. That's too many, but it's still nice. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to change the probability to maybe 0.5. And let's see what that looks like. Now we're getting that mystical, twinkly effect. 0.5 is still too much. Yeah, now we need like I don't know, 0.2 maybe. Spawn distance 2. This is the less fun part about it. It's tweaking and peeking, you know. That's okay. This is what I wanted though. So we're getting a nice good effect. Now I don't like the flicker on this one, so I'm probably gonna take that off. Let's see what we get there. Yeah, it's just too much when it's going. So we just have to play with this value. Let's do 10. I think that's what it was before, right? Okay, that's better. That's better. Yeah, that's better. What if I change this? This is the orb flames, right? Okay. What if I change this to scale by size? And then we're going to change the life to be a curve. And then we're going to say it's going to start off. I got to grab them all, I guess. We're going to start off at 1. And it's going to end at 3. Ah, that's too big. 1.5. Let's see what that does. I like it. Okay. And then we have a problem with the glow trail. So its scale color needs to start off at that color as well. And then this, that's so crazy. I'm at 0.1, dude. That's how it goes though. Okay, that's much better. Much better. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What if I make it... Okay, scale mesh by size. Let's do 3. I think 3 is too much. Maybe go like 2. What if I do this thing, same thing here? Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Now we're getting some Orby. Yeah, there we go. Now it's feeling like an orb. Okay. You're pissing me off here. Lifespan is 50. So I can test it. I like that a lot. Yeah, I like that a lot. I'm getting a nice little glow. Boom, boom. It feels very orby, right? Yeah, I like that a lot. And I can see the particles kind of glow and do their little vortex thingy as they going across. Maybe we make it die faster for the trail. So Sparks Trail fine, Glow Trail is what I want to die faster. So I mean they don't. Okay, so let's do 0.3 and maybe 0.5. So it'll kill the trail off a lot sooner. Okay, I'm almost at 4 hours. I gotta cut this off soon. But I'm having fun. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so that looks good. That looks really good. So let's do the glow, right? So this is our actual glow. And it's anywhere from 150 to 250. Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's good. We're looking good now. So it's like kind of oscillating. Yeah, I like it. Yep, I like it. That's cool. So basically what we can do is we can have this spawn. You take this with you, and then we're going to have like a blow up version. So that way when you use it. So for example, let's go to test arena.